Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is the weekly market analysis. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, do also click on the subscribe button and smash the notification bell to get notified whenever I post a new video. Yeah, I have issues with my sound input. Alright, yeah, so if at a point in the video you hear some sound hitches or some hitches in the sound, kindly bear with me. Alright, probably the reason why the weekly market analysis have delayed. All right, I have issues with the sound input, but I'm really putting things together to get it fixed. All right, yes. So I don't know how it is now. All right, I don't know how it is now, but if at a point in time you are hearing some hitches, kindly bear with me. All right, from next week onwards, it's not going to be like that. All right, yes, I'm really working so hard to get it fixed, so kindly take note of that. Yeah, so we've ended another week and we are entering into a new week. All right, so far as last week is concerned, it was a good week. All right, together with myself and the VIP group, we took two trades. All right, USD CAD and AUD USD. So we closed USD CAD at at a total profit of 130 pips, and then we closed AUD USD at a loss of 26 pips. Yeah, so that's how last week went. So that is just that. We are entering into a new week, and then we see how the market is going to react so far as going into a new week is concerned. But before we go into the charts, I want us to have a look at the economic news calendar and see what is up for us fundamentally so far as going into a new week is concerned. So on Monday, May 13, 2024, we have the business confidence for Australia. On Tuesday, we have the unemployment rate for the month of March for GBP. We have employment change for the month of March for GBP. We have the economic sentiment index for Germany, which is in the Eurozone. We have the producer price index month over month for the month of April for USD. Then you have a speech from the Fed chair. All right, yes. On Wednesday, we have the employment change quarter by quarter for Eurozone. We have employment change year over year for the first quarter for Eurozone. We have the state manufacturing index for the month of May for USD. We have inflation rate year over year for the month of April for USD. We have retail sales year over year for the month of April for USD. We have core inflation rate month over month for the month of April for USD. We have retail sales month over month for the month of April for USD. We also have retail sales XO2s month over month for the month of April for USD. We have inflation rate for the month of April for USD. We have core inflation rate year over year for the month of April for USD. We have USD CPI. We have USD CPI for the month of April. You have USD retail sales excluding gas and autos for the month of April. We have the JPY GDP growth rate quarter over quarter for the first quarter. All right, yeah. On Thursday, we have unemployment rate for the month of April for AUD. We have employment change for the month of April for AUD. We have jobless claims 4-week average for the month of May 11th for USD. We have continuing jobless claims as at May 4th for USD. We have initial jobless claims as at May 11th for USD. We have building permits for the month of April for USD. We also have on Friday, May 17, 2024, we have a speech coming up for the Eurozone, then the CPI for Eurozone. So these are the high impact news we are expecting to see on the market so far as going into a new week is concerned. Major events coming up this week is the USD inflation rate. All right, yes, so you take note of that. All right, the USD inflation rate and then the GDP growth rate for the Bank of Japan or JPY. So take note of that, or Japan. Yeah, take note of that. So these are the major events my eyes will be looking up to so far as going into a new week is concerned. Yeah, so that is just that for the economic news calendar. Let's delve into the chart and see what is happening. We start with the dollar index. All right, yeah. So as you can see, last week we were expecting to see price would push to the upside, but looks like we had a small range day. So yes, a small range week for last week. All right, yes, because price, this is the price action for Monday, which was a what, more or less like a doji candle. We had a bullish price action on Tuesday. We had a very small price closed in a bullish way, but a very small candle. On Wednesday, then Thursday, we saw a move to the downside. All right, it gave us some impulse moves to the downside, and on Friday we saw price was giving us a closing bullish on Friday. All right, as it stands now, I'm still bullish on dollar index. All right, the only thing that will change my bias, or that will change my bullish stance for dollar index, is if price takes out this swing low right here. All right, if price takes out this swing low and closes below this swing low, that is where I'll begin to look at a change in bias or change in my bullish stance so far as the dollar index is concerned. Because look, we tap into a fair value gap. All right, this is a fair value gap. This low here, and then this high here. Anyway you put it, all right, between this low and this high here, that is a fair value gap. But look at what happened. Price was tapped into the fair value gap, and right after that, as we had a swing low formation. All right, and price closed above this fair value gap. All right, price closed above this fair value gap last week, and so going into next week, I'm expecting to see price continue to push to the upside. I want us to move to the 4-hour time frame and see something there. Yeah, so this is the 4-hour time frame. All right, you see, so this is the fair value gap that I was talking about on a daily time frame. So we had such an impulse move to the upside, then we saw price filling in this imbalance right here. All right, and so if price will push to the downside, or if my bullish stance should change, I should see the swing low violated. All right, if this swing low, if price fails to violate this swing, definitely you see price continue to push to the upside. But let's go further to the 1-hour time frame to observe something there as well. All right, yeah, so this is the 1-hour time frame. All right, this is the 1-hour time frame. Look at, so on a short-term basis, you can also use this low right here. All right, yes, because this is what happened on Friday, right? Yeah, so this Friday's low. Sorry, I'm coming. This Friday's low, and this Friday's high. All right, yeah, so going into Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you see how price will react. All right, if we should see price taking out Friday's low, closing below it, then we will see price would push to the downside, targeting this low as well. All right, and this will be an intraday movement. So whatever I'm showing you on the 1-hour time frame is an intraday movement. There's a possibility that we'll have a short-term movement to the downside before a rally up, or we'll have a short-term movement to the upside, then have a rally to the downside. All right, here. So anyway, or anyhow the market reacts, that is what I'm showing here. So whatever I'm showing you on the 1-hour time frame, it is an intraday or a short-term movement I'm anticipating. All right, yeah, so we can have a possibility like this. All right, yes, even though on a long term I'm looking at price would push into the upside, but on a short term we can have a possibility like this, because I mean we had a small range on Friday, and whenever we have a small range, it's really one of the catalysts that is going to help you to find good trades. All right, I like small ranges a lot. Whenever I see small ranges or when price gives me a small range day, then I should expect a large range day. And so whenever it happens, I'll just mark out the lowest low, and then the highest high of that day. All right, and so this is the Friday's range. And so going into next week, that's what I said. If going into next week, if we should have price push and close below this low, then your next draw on liquidity should be this low right here. All right, your next draw on liquidity should be this low right here. Price can move and then take out this liquidity. all right? But if price moves further to take out this low, this is a long-term low I showed you on the daily and in the 4 hour, all right? If price should move further to take out this low right here, then definitely we are going to see price what push to the downside if price closes below this low on a longer term base. I hope you are getting it, all right? But if you should see price going into next week push to the upside and close above this, all right, and then that is for Monday, all right, and then on Tuesday if you see price not coming even below here again, then definitely we see price continue to push to the upside. So this is what I wanted to show you on the 1 hour time frame. But on long term, I'm bullish on long term, all right. Yes, so unless otherwise, unless we take out this low, so kindly take note of that, all right, kindly take note of that. So that is just that so far as the dollar index is concerned. Let's look at what is happening on GBP USD. Yeah, so for GBP USD, last week I was expecting to see price would push to the downside, all right, but just as we had a small range week, all right, just as we had a small range week on the dollar index for last week, similar thing also happened on GBP USD. But as it stands now, look at this here, all right, GBP is between this range low here, all right, and then this range high here. That is how, or that is the state of GBP USD as it stands, all right. That's the state of GBP USD as it stands. So this is a short term, sorry, a long term swing high right here, all right. This is a long term swing high, and this is a short term swing low, all right. Yes, it's a short term swing low we are seeing here. So going into next week, I'll expect to see price. So far as I'm bullish on the dollar index, then definitely I'll be expecting to see price giving us a bearish signal or a bearish sentiment on GBP USD. All right, so going into next week, I'll expect to see price push to the downside to take out this swing low right here. All right, then we see price taking out the previous 20-day low. All right, but if along the line we should see price continue to push to the upside to take out this swing high we are seeing here, then definitely we are likely to see price giving us a bullish signal on the long term. All right, yeah. So but personally I'll be looking out to see price push to the downside. So that is going to be my expectation so far as the GBP USD is concerned, because as it stands now, price is still trading above May's open price. All right, and if you should look at this range high and this range low, just as I made you aware last week, we are above equilibrium. All right, yes, price is price is above equilibrium. All right, price is above equilibrium, and once you are above equilibrium, that is a premium zone right there. All right, that is a premium zone right there. If you should also extend this range, if you should use the previous 20-day low and the previous 20-day high as the range, we are still in equilibrium. Sorry, we are still in premium. All right, we are still above equilibrium, which is premium. And what do we do there, or what do we look for in a premium zone? We look for bearish scenarios. So I'm still bearish. All right, I'm still bearish so far as GBP USD is concerned. Yeah, so that is just that for GBP USD. Let's go what is happening on AUD USD. Yeah, so for AUD USD, unlike what we are seeing on GBP USD, AUD USD is actually giving us price is right close to the previous 20-day high. All right, price is right close to the previous 20-day high. So this is what can happen. All right, I'm expecting price to give us a bearish scenario. All right, because I'm bullish. I'm seeing a bullish sign on dollar index. So we can have price push the upside to take out the previous 20-day high. All right, in the form of a liquidity sweep. Then we see a push to the downside because price at the start now price is above May's open price, and that is a what? A premium. All right, that is a premium. And if you should also measure what the range we are in the what? The previous 20-day low and the previous 20-day high. All right, and just as we can see, price is what? Price is above the equilibrium. All right, that is in a premium zone. Price is currently in a what? In a premium zone. All right, that makes up for a what? For a bearish scenario. So AUD, I'm looking out for bearish signals. All right, AUD, I'm looking out for bearish signals. So that is just that for AUD. Let's go what's happening on USD card. So last week I made you aware of this fair value gap, and look at how price tapped into the fair value gap. This fair value gap you are seeing here. All right, let's look at how price tapped into the fair value gap. Look at how price tapped into that same fair value gap on Friday. All right, look at how price tapped into the fair value gap on Friday. And so going into next week, I don't want to see price come closer to this low. All right, even if we see if price should take out this low, it should be a liquidity sweep. All right, then we see a continuation to the upside, of which my draw on liquidity is what is the previous 20-day high. So going into next week, I will expect to see price give us a push to the upside. Either price takes out this low as a liquidity sweep or fails to take out this low, make a low for the week, then we see a push to the upside. All right, so far as USD card is concerned, I am still bullish. So that is just that for USD card. Let's go what's happening on GBPJPY. Yeah, so for GBPJPY, right after this impulse move we are seeing here, you've seen price what giving us a what? You've seen the market giving us a choppy price action. All right, but it's not just a choppy, but it's a choppy price action to the upside. But if we should observe it very well, right after this impulse moves, this is how price is what. So look at the number of candles is taking price to what? To fill just this impulse move, we made. All right, a large one, and then followed by another large one, which is smaller than this one, and then another bearish candle, which is also smaller than this one. But look at the number of candles that is taking for price to what? To fill up just these three liquidity voids we are seeing here. All right, and that should give you an indication that price, there is still a bearish momentum so far as GBPJPY is concerned. So I'm still bearish. All right, I'm still bearish so far as GBPJPY is concerned. I'm seeing this movement as a what? As a retracement. All right, that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing this movement as a retracement. Perhaps we had a what? We had a fair value gap here, of which price has filled that fair value gap. All right, we had a fair value gap here, of which price has what? Has filled that fair value gap. All right, yes, price has filled that fair value gap. So take note of that. There's also another fair value gap right here. All right, this low and this high. All right, this low right here, and then this high. So that is a fair value gap. And so going into next week, price can decide to move to the upside to fill this fair value gap finally. Then we see an impulse move. All right, we see an impulse move to the downside, because all these price action we are seeing here, I see them as what? Retracement. All right, I see them as retracement. I'm expecting to see price continue to push to the downside. Yeah, so that is just that so far as GBPJPY is concerned. Let's go what is happening on AUDJPY. Yeah, so for AUDJPY, GBPJPY, same plan. All right, just that. I think the only difference between AUDJPY and then, let me see. Yeah, the only difference between AUDJPY and GBPJPY is that for AUDJPY, price is what? Is trading below May's open price. All right, and for AUDJPY, price is trading above May's open price. All right, so AUDJPY is giving us what? Ideal scenarios for what? For a bearish sentiment or a bearish movement or a movement to the downside. All right, because I mean, if price is what? Is above an open price, that is that is an ideal scenario for a bearish movement. All right, yes, and so we can say we are having an SMT divergence between AUDJPY and GBPJPY. All right, because I mean, one has been able to take out a high. Just as you can see here, this high price AUDJPY has failed to GBPJPY has failed to take out this high right here. All right, but AUDJPY with AUDJPY, that high has been taken out. This high right here, yes, that high has been taken. That makes out for an SMT divergence. So going into next week, I'm expecting to see AUDJPY give us a bearish movement. All right, yeah, so I'm bearish on AUDJPY as well. So that is just that for AUDJPY. Let's go what is happening on the CHF-JPY. Yeah, so for CHF-JPY to same plan. All right, I'm expecting to see price push to the downside. All right, I'm expecting to see price push to the downside, because as it stands now, all these that I'm seeing here, all these movements were price action to fill this huge impulse move right here. All right, so going into next week, I'm expecting to see price continue to push to the downside. So I'm bearish on all the JPY pairs. All right, that is the XXX JPYs. I'm bearish on all those XXX JPY. So that is just that so far as CHF JPY is concerned. Yeah, so that is just that for the weekly market analysis. If you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, do what to click on the subscribe button and smash the notification bell so that you get notified whenever I post a new video. I'll come your way again another time. I wish you all good luck and good trade. Peace.